For years and years, I did radio and podcasts and TV. And what we do on those was always kind of informative, but I've never been all the way satisfied with it. I've never been all the way happy. And I've always thought that the best conversations I've ever had in my whole life happened right here in the gym while I was working out, either with people or while they were working out around me. And they've always been stellar. In fact, I'll bet you in the last, 26 years, we've solved all of the world's problems just right here in this little gym. And I thought for years how cool it would be if we could record those. So I had this thought, what if we start doing that? So I invited Roy and Sandra Ross of Keto Conduct at Keto Conduct. Go check them out. They're amazing. And I thought I'd invite them for a lift. Worst could happen is we could all just sit there and get a great workout. Turns out it was way better than that. And so here's an interview that I did with Roy Ross at Keto Conduct, where we just talked about working out and started solving some of the other world's problems. And I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to share it with you. So here's that interview. Roy Ross.
Yeah.
Thanks you so much for coming out today. Fun time. I'm looking forward to this workout. I forgot how big you are, dude.
It's all the carbs, man.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about your background. Tell me about what you do right now in fitness, what some of your interests are, and what your kind of plans for the future are.
My day job actually is I'm in the military. So I've been in the Army. This is my 21st year in the Army. I'm actually active duty here in Salt Lake City, but fitness is really my passion. And as I transition from the military into my civilian life, also transitioning a lot of my thoughts into fitness, which I'm really into, my wife is really into, the entire family, it's just our thing.
Yeah, I love you guys' channel, your Instagram. Keto Conduct, is that what that is?
So Keto Conduct with a K, pretty much on every platform. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all Keto Conduct with a K. And so what we're doing right now is we're wanting to educate everyone on how to live and conduct ourselves with the ketogenic lifestyle, but we also like to inform people that a keto is the way to go, but not all the time. We go through what a lot of people refer to or like to call like a seasonal approach to how I eat, right? So when I get into the fall, the winter time, my carbs go up. And then as you go into the spring and summer, the carbs go down. So if we break it up quarterly, I would say that I'm low carb, meaning I don't go over 150 carbs. I would say about 6 months out of the year. And then I have a quarter that's high carb. And then I have a quarter that's super low carb, like keto. I'm deep in nutritional ketosis. For me personally, I got into it because of the cognitive issues that I was having. I was always had brain fog. I was diagnosed with adult ADD, and they actually had me on Adderall. Once I started doing keto, I was actually, now I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, being ketos, I concentrate better than Adderall. Totally not true, but I don't have to use it. I can now focus and use other means in order to dial in my attention. So it's been working out great.
What's the plan for the future? So you're starting to put out some workouts, so that I can look like you.
Yeah, it all depends on what your goal is. Right now, I'm really in a high volume bodybuilding phase, right? And so what we're doing is we're pushing out the different programs, like, hey, this is a mass building program, this is a booty building program, this is a strength building or a hybrid of the two, plus with the nutrition part, right? So you can't outwork a bad diet, and you're gonna meet your goals based off of your nutrition. So how you lift, you can lift the same way all year. You don't always have to do this muscle confusion in order to build. You can have the same plan and do the same plan all year, but have progressive overload, either whether it be more reps, whether it be more weight, and still make gain. It all comes down to the change of your diet. Are you trying to bulk? Are you trying to gain or maintain? Or are you trying to, slim down?
Yeah.
It's all your diet, right?
I'm excited to do this workout with you today. Take it a little easy on me.
Oh, yeah, right.
Seriously. But people hate the way I do my pull downs. I put a little body rock into my pull downs because I'm not bodybuilding. I do like the isolation. techniques a little. Now, with your high volume stuff, are you kind of low rest also?
No, I go about a minute to a minute and a half.
That's
and,
super low to me.
I do like to focus on that mind muscle connection, right? So for the lat pull downs, if you can, I don't know if you've ever done like a lat spread like you're doing a competition, but as you come out here and you have your lats come out flex, when you can do that, do one at a time, you can really feel it when you're using them in the exercise, and that's when you're really building those. When you're really concentrating.
I'll jump in on your technique. Yeah. And then how many reps are you doing?
So 12 to 15.
12 to 15.
Okay. So especially while you have it lighter too, really thinking about really feeling it in there. So hold it down a little bit when you get down to the bottom. Get that little squeeze. Right, and it's easier too when you have that lighter weight. When you have the big weight, you just want to try to get it down. But really get it in there. Yeah, feel it right in there. There you go. Once you get that down, you still feel it even when you're throwing the body English in there. You're still getting that concentration when you get down on the bottom edge of the range of motion.
Oh, I felt that right up in.
Yeah.
Way up high. That felt great.
So, Sandra's been watching this show. What's it called, Ben?
Oh yeah, it's called
Super Size
versus Super Skinny.
It's a British show. The best part about the show is this. In order to teach the British folks, how to live their life in a healthy way.
And not to become
obese.
Super morbidly obese.
They bring them to America so they can see how
not to do it.
Yeah.
It's like the doctor takes someone to meet someone from America who's, suffering with obesity, since we lead the way. We pave the way.
Gosh,
for super morbidly
that is so
obesity.
embarrassing.
And it's all through the show where it's just like, Dr. So-and-so will be going to America so that way he can save the Brits from having to endure
Stop it.
It's the truth.
I'm laughing. It's sad. I'm laughing because it's just like, we have no shame. Like, we're going to take you to America.
We're going to take you to the
Not
epicenter.
America. Please.
We're going to take you to the epicenter of obesity because every year we lead the way.
Yeah.
Like every year.
Yeah, we
truly do.
There's a state here. So
Are we that far ahead of Britain?
Yes.
Are we really?
We do about 57,000 more bariatric surgeries a year than
57,000 more.
Yeah, and it's probably more than that now.
What
but
are the percentages are? Because I think that we just hit 70%, right? In terms of like being overweight. So overweight in America is now 70%.
even like I think when it comes to just like morbid obesity, I think we're close to 50.
Yeah, that's.
And so it's pretty high.
When you're doing it with you're building capacity.
That's my point, right? My point is the capacity, that functional capacity. But I got to tell you, this feels good. This might have to make its way into the program a couple times a month.
You can make any weight heavy, right?
Yeah.
So Sandra and I work out and we do the same exact thing. Sometimes we even do the same amount of weight. We're both still getting a good workout because we're lifting, we got different goals, we're doing different things, right? I can make that 20-pound curl feel extremely heavy just by going a little slower or holding a little tighter at the end. That's the key.
And you still see quite a bit of progress with that light stuff.
I don't have the ego as far as, hey, I'm not the strongest guy in the gym.
I lost that ego a few years ago. And it wasn't that I grew up, it was that my body outgrew me. It was like, no, go ahead and have an ego. I dare you.
I dare you.
Yeah, you go crazy, bud.
We kind of joke around the over 40 deal, but you do have to change your style up a little bit or else you're not going to make it. We're in this for life.
Yeah.
I think you're liking this.
I really am. That's got a good pain.
Yeah. I'll do either 10 to 12 is the goal, but the failure most likely after the first set or two comes before that, right? So I'm gonna do these close grip.
Do you try to go to failure every time?
No, it all depends, right? So I'll do what if I don't hit failure within that rep range, depending on the exercise, especially if it's a big compound movement, I'll just know next time I'll add a little bit more weight. If I get to 12 and I know, okay, I could have knocked out 5 more.
Right.
Then I'll just throw a little bit more weight on there next time.
There's almost no position I can get into where I won't feel the elbow.
Yeah, mine is usually right, like tennis elbow style. That's where I get it.
I'll get both. I'll get inside and outside toward the tennis elbow stuff. Then I'll get that golfer elbow. I get it everywhere. Like my body hates them. It hates them. Yeah. I'm just out. That one little goof in there, I'm like, man.
But that's the smart thing, right? So it's like, don't do it anyway.
Strong. That's a heavy dude hanging from that bar right there. Strong work. All right, where are we at? You got one more?
No, I'm done on this now.
Can we set up the landmine?
Let's do it.
Let's put Andrew to work. Just found some rings and some straps, and I took it to a cobbler, and he cobbled something together for me so that I could have a little more motion in my pull, and also so it's not stuck together here and turns it all into biceps. I like to be able to pull it out around the corner.
Did he make you any shoes?
Well, I'm gonna take some shoes back. Let me get a little warm up here too, just to feel it.
So you see his angle? His angle's like perfect. Doesn't go too high, not too low, so he doesn't have all the stress on the lower back, right? Because so he has that little angle upwards, but it's not coming up too high.
Yeah.
A lot of people come high and jerk it up. They're not really getting that back. Your angle was like perfect.
Just gotta match the bar, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and turn them in a little so it's more neutral. Yeah.
Oh.
People love that. Yeah.
What do you want on there next?
I'm gonna stay with some lower weight today. Usually we'll go as kind of heavy as we sort of can. But I'm a little inspired by your thoughts of, I just want to wear it for a day.
He's got some nice legs. Look at his
Doesn't
legs.
he though?
It's nice. I like those.
That was like one of the things that like caught my eye.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. He's got good calves, good quads.
Well, that might be a little heavy.
Yeah, I do like how you can turn it in like that and kind of get that different angle.
I need it. My elbow, if I go here, or if I go here, or if I go there, I get an elbow pain. But if I go somewhere in the middle, I can handle it. Dude, did you see me trainer shark you? That's what trainers do, you circle.
Totally just circled you.
I'm right in trainer shark mode where I'm like jerking you from all angles.
Shark week.
That is an old habit. Yeah.
Also, when you get that good quality protein, you don't need as much, right? So you have a lot of times it'll be 30 grams a scoop, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of it is filler and so much stuff. When you get a quality protein, you absorb a lot more of it. You don't need as much. I actually don't take enough creatine. The only creatine I get is in my pre-workout. I don't add additional creatine, and I think I'm going to start.
That was life-changing for me. I used to walk around so decrepit and foggy.
You're so full of it.
I'm not kidding, dude. And then I started that creatine, and all of a sudden my muscle bellies all grew up. I probably gained 25 pounds in the last 4 months, and it's a lot of it's from muscle. It's a little fat, but I have felt so amazing. The problem with handing creatine to a guy my age is, in general, what they'll do is they'll bastardize it. They'll put a ton of NO2 in it. We tried some of that, which is going to play with your blood pressure. And guys my age, and almost all of them are on some pill for blood pressure. You don't want to go messing with that too much. Plus, there's 400 milligrams of caffeine in that stuff. I can't handle that either. Like,
You know what people are doing now? Instead of taking all the NO2 and all that stuff? Viagra and Cialis and shit.
Oh,
weird
really?
Stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to the doctor tomorrow.
He took the NO2 last time and he was yawning and yawning and yawning and yawning and yawning.
after going.
And so we're like, there's got to be a weird side effect to that. And so we looked it up, and the 2 things that were on NO2 was a sustained penile erection and yawning. So there you go.
There you go.
I forget that behind the camera, you still have a personality.
Sandra's here.
It's like, don't acknowledge the camera. Don't talk to the camera.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We need to come back and you guys got to have another workout and you focus
And
on
we'll
her.
talk
She's
about,
do.
hey,
Please do. That would thrill me if you.
ladies night.
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Lift club for ladies.
I got stuck on your Instagram. I stalked you guys so hard, and that story with the befores and afters and stuff was just so
Yeah.
inspiring.
It is so inspiring.
You see a lot of people on Instagram that, it's like, oh, I lost 100 pounds in a year.
Yeah.
I lost 100 pounds in a year. And so everyone kind of uses that as a ballpark, like, oh, 100 pounds in a year. I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't lose 100 pounds in a year. It took me, many years to lose the weight. And I did it in many times.
Really?
Many times. And so, I've done it the wrong way plenty of times. So yeah, it's about eating a lot, fixing your metabolism, letting your body know that it's going to not starve and it's going to get food, and it's okay to release the fat. And that is the key right there.
How's that feeling?
Felt amazing. You on 4 or was that 5 for you?
That's fine.
That's it?
Yeah.
You want one of those?
You get the magic.
I'm just going to do a 5.
Okay. With a lot of body?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's heavy.
I do not like that where you hit it on the ground each time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that was beautiful. Me sitting hand up over here, I'm like walking over toward you.
You're like,
Maybe
why is he
Charles would be
sitting?
fun.
Why is Henry sitting right here?
Yeah, show me your form on these.
Well, I don't do a huge amount of really heavy shrugs, and I don't put a lot of movement into it. A lot of
I don't
people,
put any raw
yeah, I
time.
just go up and down, up and
Yeah,
down.
me too. When you do a little hold at the top,
Yeah.
those are gonna hurt. This is the only place I'm gonna veer from you. And it's not because I don't trust you. For me, I have to do these quick.
Yeah.
I just got these neck issues, and if I hold anything, I get a kink. It's weird.
But the key is look how much shoulder movement you got going up
Yeah.
and down. Those are good shrugs right there. You see that? Those are good shrugs. I have a hard time doing an alternate grip. So when I deadlift, if I can't do it with a straight grip, I don't do it.
Okay.
Right? So it limits the weight capacity, but whenever I do alternate grip, I always feel a little hitch in my neck and my shoulder.
Really?
So I have to do it just straight overhand grip, and if I can't do it like that, I just don't go any heavier.
Is that right? Yeah. But look at your wrists.
Yeah.
That's why they're so strong. And you don't do a hook grip or anything.
No.
You're just bare fingering that. How many sets you got?
I think this is the last one?
That was 5 for me?
Yeah. So this is a very heavy weight for me right now, like my body weight. And I'll probably get up into the 250 range.
Wow.
And then and I do it like that on purpose during this time. One, I don't like to limit calories too much during the holiday season, right? But if you do it where you work in a cheat day on Thanksgiving, you work in a cheat day on Christmas, right? And I don't feel bad about it because I already know I'm at a high calorie threshold right now anyway. So
don't you feel like your body loves heavy and lots of food in the winter anyway? Don't you feel like it thrives and wants to put on muscle during the winter? I don't know what the mechanism is there, but I can tell you that when I do it in the summer, I don't thrive on the same level I do as if I'm trying to bulk in the winter.
Right. And then I eat a lot more vegetables and things like that in the spring. It's almost like when the earth provides you with that type of food, that's when you should eat it.
Seasonal.
Right? Seasonal, you know?
Yep. I don't think there's enough people having that thought, Roy.
You don't think so?
No, I love that you're thinking about it. It just makes sense. Boy, you're shoving those traps right up into your ears. Those are high. Nice work. Look at me, shark circling you.
So it's almost like
all right, where are we off to next?
So you want to do some curls for the girls, or where we at?
I'll follow you.
This is just BCAAs.
Okay.
A little bit of caffeine in there, but if I'm gonna go all out, and I think I'm gonna be in the gym for a long time, I'll even throw some carbs in there.
Really?
And sip it throughout the workout. Typically, if I'm doing a heavy back day, I'll do it on a leg day. I'll do it, and you really do feel almost fresh like throughout the workout. It makes a difference to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I typically do like 3 variations whenever I do. So I'll do the one arm, and I'll really try to bring it in here and get that big squeeze when you get to the top, right? So. This is Sandra's specialty move that she does, but she'll take a lighter dumbbell and she'll go real slow, both at the same time. Come up, get a good squeeze, turn it over, and go down really slow. And you're really working those forearms on the bottom. You'll start really feeling it starting rep 13. Unlucky.
Oh my hell, I have to be so careful with that.
Yeah. You can feel it on the turn.
Yeah, man, but that's okay. Maybe that's what I need,
Yeah,
right? Maybe.
You gotta work it. That, what is it? Motion is lotion.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe that's the thing that I need to heal those elbows. They've been so sore for so many years. Last thing, do you like these seated, or do you like to do them leaned over like that?
I do both. A lot of it depends on how much I weigh at the time and if my stomach's getting in the way.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But when I go light like this, I can really feel it. Like when I'm out here, bam, I can feel my rear delt.
Boy, you can see it too. Yeah.
So when you go heavy, you start getting into this, which isn't bad, but you're not getting that mind muscle connection and really tightening it there at the top.
That's why, like, even when bodybuilders are practicing their posing, you know, it's intense. It's like a workout. They're exhausted
right?
at the end. Yeah, just from flexing the muscles.
The heaviest I'll go on that is like 25. So next month I'll grab those 20s and probably just stick with the 20s
Okay.
for the rest of it. There you go. Try to get that squeeze at the top just a little bit longer. Bam, there you go. Bam, there you go. Then pour it out a little bit.
This way?
Pour out the jug a little bit.
I see.
Yeah, there you go. Bam, there we go.
Look at that.
Now, you gotta be careful. You know, somebody has really bad shoulder issues, like if they've had a shoulder impingement or something like that, when you pour it out a lot, that's what I call it. Sometimes you can have some trouble with that, but if you don't have any of those issues, that's how you really isolate that muscle. Right, that's why when beginner lifters, if you're ever building a program that's a bodybuilding program, a beginner lifter will have much more volume than an experienced lifter. You think it would be flip-flop, but it's because they meaning the beginner lifter, can't get the mind-muscle connection. If I was really concentrating with the heavier weight, there's no way I can get that many reps, right? Just because I've been doing it so long. So it's actually flip-flop. It's crazy.
That's exactly what I was asking.
Yeah.
You feel like you accomplished your goals for the workout?
I did. So, and also, I didn't have the landmines in there, and honestly, with your handle that you made.
The what now?
That elegant?
With your elegant handle that you
elegant
created,
solution for a handle.
and being able to really move into that range of motion that's comfortable for my body, I really felt my back really working. So that was awesome. I didn't have that in my plan, and that actually kind of burned me out a little bit for some of the other exercises. So that was good. Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of me, I learned a lot today. I was coming in today to go heavy and stick with my plan, and you changing it over for me, I like it. I will probably start tinkering with that and seeing where that fits with this, and I'm going to see if I can marry them in a real cool way. It's 440 plus,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because here's the deal: like when you're younger, you can plow anything, and you can pretty much just be fine and still probably change your body. At my age, I have to be so surgically careful with exactly where I put stimulus, or I could be out for 3 minutes, right? I felt that I have weaknesses, and I've been going real heavy. I had 19s on there last time I did the pull downs. Today I had 10s.
Right.
Okay, so I did about half of the weight, and I feel it deeper.
It comes to the margin of error too, right? So when you go really heavy, that margin is very slim.
Yep.
Right? If you mess up, if somebody says something, you turn your head during the lift, like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
But when you have it lighter and you really concentrate, you can be a little more lax with things and stuff like that. But when you go heavy, especially 40 plus, something can go wrong at any time.
Well, when I said heavy, understand that it's relative. Like my heavy isn't going to be your heavy. Bar time. It's kind of embarrassing. As fun as that was, I didn't say goodbye to Roy, at least not on camera. So for those of you that feel a little left hanging, sorry about that. I'll say goodbye to Roy. Roy says a lot of really cool things. Go check them out at Keto Koduct. Roy and Sandra Ross, thank you so much for being a guest today on our very first kind of try of this new visual-ish podcast. And if you like this and you want to see more of it, I'd like to know. And if you would, hit subscribe, hit the little bell, whatever that does, and make a comment and do all the likes and stuff. It would help us out a ton. Thanks.